Welcome back, everybody, to our Midwestern Dynasty, where we are in third place in the CUSA after our overtime loss to FIU last time out. With where we are at in the season, we have put ourselves in a spot where we have to beat the 9-0 undefeated Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Now, they have only beaten one team with a 500 or better record so far this season. How good are they really? Well, they have a plus 12 turnover differential. Their defense, it's giving up just 303 total yards per game and 14.5 points per game. They have 28 sacks and 21 takeaways through the first 9 games of the year. Their defense, it's elite, and clearly it's an aggressive defense that likes to get after opposing quarterbacks and hopes to sack them and force a lot of mistakes out of them. Our quarterback is just a true freshman in Jesse Ham, who is going to be making only his 5th career start. Not a lot of experience. And this is an important game for us, so I don't want to put a lot of pressure on him. Hopefully we can avoid a lot of mistakes and are able to play ahead of the sticks and are also able to get off to a fast start and win on our ground game late in the game. That would be ideal for our offense. The Jacksonville State offense, it is putting up 27.7 points per game, 295 passing yards per game, and they have 24 passing touchdowns, the most in the CUSA this season. The weakest point of their offense is their ground game. They are only averaging 77 rushing yards per game. It's not like they have a bad running back. Christian Lando is a good player, but they just don't use him a ton. The keys to our defense having success would be 1, don't let Jeremiah Colbert beat us. He is averaging 96.4 receiving yards per game and has 12 touchdowns this year. So we're going to lock him up. We also can't have coverage breakdowns like we did against FIU. We need to allow our defense to feast and get a lot of sacks and a lot of pressure on their quarterback, Quint Goris. Let's go ahead and get into this important top 25 Conference USA clash in front of this packed house and see which of these two teams can pull out the win. Midwestern is going to begin the game out of the I formation. Sizer left side has space, and he's going to fight through a defender to pick up 11 yards and a first down on the first play of the game. Kevin Wells will remain in the game at fullback. He's going to lead the way for Sizer again, but this time he misses a block. And Edison Bynum is going to be called for holding. Not what you want to see. We will now be behind the chains. It's going to be 2nd and 16. The blitz is set by the Gamecocks. The pass over the middle is brought in by Dylan Washington, who picks up 10 yards to make it 3rd and 6. Spreading things out on 3rd down. It is another pass over the middle, this time brought in by Darrell Leff, and he will get the first down. Ham actually had 2 people open over the middle, and Darrell Leff who made the catch, and also Devin Gentry. Here is Sizer. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 1. So it's 3rd and 12. Here on the opening drive of the game. Ham is going to bail on a clean pocket, roll into pressure, and he's going to be forced to throw the ball away. So despite putting together a pretty solid drive and moving the ball to midfield, the Horned Owls will have to punt it away on 4th down. Seth Hearns gets the ball off with no trouble. It is barreling towards the end zone, and Shaquem Short is going to down it inside the 1. So the Gamecocks will start this drive in the shadow of their own end zone. And they are going to run out a shotgun, and it's going to be a disaster. Ethan Dugan is going to force a safety on the first play of the game by this Jacksonville State offense. And the first points of the day are going to be scored on a safety. So the Horned Owls are up 2-0 in the first quarter. And they have the ball again. Here's Devin Gentry making a catch underneath. And he's going to go down a yard short of a first down. 3rd and 1. The Horned Owls are going to call an RPO. And Paul Schuler will make a catch and ride out a first down. Just barely. So at midfield again. This time it's 1st and 10. Blitz set by the Gamecocks, and it's going to be torched by the Horned Owls. Paul Schuler is speeding off towards the end zone, and he gets in. It'll be a 51-yard touchdown, and the Horned Owls are going to go up by 2 scores here in the first quarter on the 15th total touchdown in Jesse Ham's true freshman season. Jacksonville State, down by 9, will start this drive with a throw to Christian Lando, who got left wide open. He makes it up to near the 35. However, there is a holding call on the Gamecocks, and that is going to put them behind the sticks. 3rd and 16 from their own 12. They'll dial up a screen to Lando. He has a lead blocker, is up past the 20, and spins off of Thomas Mintz. He's going to be given a favorable spot. I don't think the ball ever got to where the refs marked it, but I guess they saw things differently. Bonswai, the redshirt freshman running back, is going the wrong way, and he's going to lose 5 yards. Santiago Martino, Deontay Bland, and Gordon Sheed were all three all over that one. Third down. Forrest is going to fire to his right, hitting Jeremiah Colbert, who steps out of bounds a yard short of a first down. Too early to go for it, apparently. The Gamecocks are going to punt the ball away on 4th and 1. 3rd and 10 for the Horned Owls, who are in danger of going 3 and out, and Ham is unable to sense the pressure. He's going to be sacked by Zedrick Washington, and the Horned Owls have to punt away on 4th and 20. Great starting field position for Jacksonville State at midfield. There'll be a throw left side brought in by Wyatt Sonderman, one of 3 senior wide receivers that Jacksonville State likes to throw the ball to. On 2nd down, it's going to be another one of those 3 senior wide receivers in Jeremiah Colbert, who is the number 1 wide receiver for the Gamecocks, making the catch and getting a first down. Forrest to his left is intercepted. Deontay Bland has his 3rd interception of the season. He was able to sniff out where that ball was going, which of course was Jeremiah Colbert. And the Horned Owls will take over at their own 35. Out the 40 on 2nd down. Sizer is going to rumble ahead and get a first down up to the 47. 4 carries, 23 yards, so he's off to a good start. Here's Ham throwing a screen to Nick Shields. He has some lead blockers. Is going to go out of bounds at the 33 of Jacksonville State. Ham already over 100 passing yards on the day. He'll hand it off to Darrell Leff, and he's going to be brought down quickly. Looks like a holding call on Jimmy Fisher, our star left tackle, and that is going to move us back to the 43. Blitz on the way on 2nd down. It'll be a throw left side, caught by Dylan Washington, and he gets the first down. And that really had a lot to do with Nick Shields, who had 3 defenders going after him, leaving Washington wide open. 3rd down. And backing up, firing deep over the middle for Schuler, and he's going to drop the ball. He just ends up losing focus at the very end of the play. Should have been his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And here is Jason Ops out to kick a field goal. He's going to put it up and through from 42 yards out and make this a 12-0 game in the first half. This is still a 2-score game. Jeremiah Colbert on the flip pass makes it up to near the 20. Another holding call on Jacksonville State, though. They just keep on shooting themselves in the foot. At their own 8 on 3rd and 15. Forrest is going to roll into his own end zone and be sacked. Eric Lamb is going to force a safety, the 2nd safety forced by this Midwestern defense in just the first half. How often do you see 2 safeties in a game, let alone in one half? And the Horned Owls are up 14-0 here in the 2nd quarter, and they get possession again. Him on 3rd down, hits Darrell left side, and he's up to the 37, going out of bounds there. 2 catches for him. He is a great pass-catching running back, arguably better than some of the wide receivers we got out there. Don Clifton is showing some tough fighting. He's up to midfield with a gain of 9. Man in motion, that is Devin Gentry. It's a counter give to Sizer, and he gets a block from Washington, and he's going to stiff arm a defender as he goes out of bounds at the 33 of Jacksonville State. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Ham scanning the field, and he's going to find Dylan Washington, who jukes to his left, is inside the 20, down at the 19. For the Horned Owls in the red zone on the attack. It's going to be Sizer left side, met right away and brought down in the backfield. Nate Woody will get the TFL. The 3rd and long. His time is ticking here in the first half. Him on 3rd and 12 is backing up under pressure, and he's going to throw the ball away over the head of Darrell left. It'll be 4th down, and out comes Jason Ops to attempt his 2nd field goal of the half. This one from 38 yards out is going to be no good. He misses it to the left, and the Horned Owls will only be up 14-0 as we head into halftime. We know that Jason Ops missed a 47-yard field goal last week in overtime against FIU that ultimately did cost us the game, and now he misses one here that could have put us up 3 scores at halftime. There's Quint Boris on the read option keeper picking up a first down. This time he hands it off to Lando, and he's going to be met by Sanzenbacher, and Landon brought down a yard short of a first down. 3rd and 1 at the 45. Lando, he's got the first down, cuts back to his left, and he's loose. I don't think anybody's going to get to him. He's gone. 55 yards to the end zone on 3rd and 1. And he is going to make this a one-score game in the third quarter, even though it feels like Midwestern has been dominating this one. It's 14-7, and it's already 3rd and 6 for the Horned Owls. They will get a first down. Nick Shields will make the catch and go down up at the 34, his 3rd catch of the game. 8 minutes to go in the third. Sizer, left side, is going to be brought down on first contact by Connor Nasir-Eldine. It'll be 3rd and 6 at the 38. Blitz set by the Gamecocks. Ham throws over the middle quickly, and George Barr gets drilled. Unable to bring it in. Good job by Jacksonville State to send the blitz when we weren't expecting it, and they end up getting the stop and have a chance to make this a tie game. Throw left side brought in by Adonis Daly, and the freshman tight end goes down with a first down up at the 36. Jacksonville State starting to build some momentum. Doris is going to hit Sonderman, who takes it across midfield, but this is going to be coming back. The Gamecocks had 3 of their 5 offensive linemen down the field before the ball was even thrown, so they end up getting called for ineligible man downfield, losing that big gain, the down and 5 yards. Going to be a sack for Eric Lamb, Santiago Martino, and Edward Reed, and a huge loss, bringing up 3rd and 25. And now the Gamecocks, they need a huge play. It's a check down to Colbert, who is a special player, but he can't make a special play. He'll pick up 9 yards, but no first down. So we end up getting the stop and take over at our own 39 with under 4:30 to go in the third. Ralph is going to cut this run inside, even though he didn't have to, and he ends up losing a yard because of it. 3rd down. A quick pass underneath to Darrell left. He's going to spin upfield and get the first down. We go with a check down on 3rd and long. It works out for us, and we keep this drive going. Fake to Sizer. It's going to be Ham on the read option keeper, and he's going to lose 2 yards. He made the right decision with the defensive end crashing down. But Connor Nasir-Eldine makes a great play. Back at 12 for Midwestern. It's going to be a screen to Sizer. He gets a block from Winston Smith, and he's going to be clotheslined down to the ground at the 42 of Jacksonville State, 4 yards short of a first. Sizer, right side, is going to pick up the first down on the ground. And it looks like we have a holding call on Christian Garrett. So that first down is not going to be picked up. It'll be 3rd and 13 back at midfield. Ham looking around, under pressure, is going to throw to his left, and it's behind Darrell left, incomplete. And we end up not being able to get the first down because of that holding call and have to boot the ball away on 4th down. Seth Hearns hoping to do a great job again, and he does. This time not quite as good, but still it goes out of bounds at the 8. We force a 3rd safety. That would be pretty amazing. Lando is going to make Mintz miss, and he's going to go down at the 16 with a gain of 8 yards. Not really a run-first offense, but he did have that 55-yard touchdown run earlier. He's going to lose a bunch of yards here. Santiago Martino gets his 2nd TFL of the game. The third quarter nearing its end. Boris, to his right, it is going to be brought in by Ben Slayton, who is actually the number 2 wide receiver on this Gamecocks offense and on this team. He's just had a quiet day. Next to Ben Edmonds, doing great in coverage. Ethan Dugan on the blitz will get the sack. Going to be a loss of 7 to begin the 4th quarter. 2nd and 17 at their own 17. It's a deep shot right side, pulled in by Ben Slayton. He'll get the better of Ben Edmonds on this play, picking up 47 yards and getting the Gamecocks across midfield as they are looking to tie this game up. Boris will roll to his right and roll right into a sack. Santiago Martino brings him down. He's putting together a great game. It'll be 3rd and 9 with under 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Pressure off the blind side from Eric Lamb is going to force a check down to Adonis Daly, who picks up 4 yards but no first down. Looks like the Gamecocks want to keep their offense on the field and go for it on 4th and 5, down by a touchdown in the 4th. Boris throwing deep left side and hitting Jeremiah Colbert in stride. He's going to score his 13th touchdown of the year, absolutely smoking Shaquem Short off the line of scrimmage, and we have ourselves a tie game at 14. We're all tied up here in the 4th quarter. Midwestern has done nothing on offense since the start of the game. Deep ball left side for Shields is over his head. Him and Shields just keep on missing on those deep passes. 3rd down. Pressure on Ham right away. He'll throw the screen before left was ready to make the catch. It'll be incomplete. Midwestern is going to go 3 and out. Booting the ball away on 4th and 10 is Seth Hearns. He does not get a whole lot on this kick. It's going to bounce near midfield and be picked up by Jeremiah Colbert. Horned Owls seem to be collapsing down the stretch. Just doing nothing right on offense, defense, or special teams. The throw deep over the middle is going to be caught. Jeremiah Colbert's loose, and he's gone. But hold on, there is a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be a holding call on Jacksonville State, a late flag. Ends up wiping out a 57-yard touchdown. Here is Wando. He's going to break a tackle and another, but now he's going the wrong way. And this angry-looking run is only going to be good for a gain of 1. 3rd and 16 for Jacksonville State. They will call a screen. It's going to be intercepted. Andre Okoye, the senior defensive tackle, is going to take it back for the thick 6. Midwestern is going to take the lead back in the 4th quarter thanks to Andre Okoye rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling his way into the end zone after picking off this screen that he read like a book. What a play by him to put us up in the 4th quarter when our offense has done pretty much nothing in this game. The defense has outscored the offense up until this point. Go right side, it's another screen, almost picked off by LaMichael Edmonds, who dove at it. And Swayton picks up 9 yards. 2nd down. Forrest is going to hand it off to Wando, who ends up getting the 1st down. Going down up at the 40. He's closing in on 100 yards on the ground in this one. There's 5 minutes to go in the 4th. It's a swing pass right side to Lando, and Josh Wood is going to tackle him in the backfield. A loss of a few there to bring up 3rd and 7. Needing a big play. Forrest is probably going to look for Colbert, and he is. It's going to be caught over the middle. I don't know how you leave him open on 3rd down. He does end up getting the 1st down. Cross midfield. Jacksonville State trying to tie it up. A throw over the middle is caught by Ben Swayton, and he's gone. Absolutely destroying Ben Edmonds over the middle. We had no help down the field. We sent an all-out blitz, and Ben Swayton, Quint Goris, and the Gamecocks have tied this game up in the 4th quarter at 21 with under 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Terrell left right side, jukes a man out of his shoes and goes down up at the 40 with a pretty good gain to get this drive going. Nearing the 2-minute timeout, Sizer left side is brought down at the 45, and that will take us down to the 2-minute timeout. Him under center on 2nd down. It's a toss and a huge loss for Terrell left, a loss of 6. The Horned Owls are going to be facing 3rd and 11, and this game tied at 21 in the 4th quarter. Only a 3-man rush. Ham is going to drift out of the pocket anyway, putting himself under pressure again. He'll dirt the ball, and Jacksonville State has gotten the stop they need in order to have a chance to win this one. Wait. They'll start this drive at their own 23. Force off a play action fake is going to be sacked. Thomas Mitz and LaMichael Edmonds will make it a loss of 9. Jacksonville State, they will use a timeout, but how aggressive do they really want to be after losing 9 yards to begin this drive? About 1:15 to go. Forrest from a clean pocket. Fires to his left. It is undercut and intercepted. Jakeem Short picks off his first pass of his career and redeems himself after giving up a touchdown earlier to Jeremiah Colbert. The penalty is going to go against Jacksonville State, so the interception does stand, and we are already in Jason Hobbs' field goal range. Do we really want to leave this in his hands or on his feet, or would we rather just score a touchdown? It would probably be better to just score a touchdown after what we saw last week out of Jason Hobbs. He did miss a 47-yard field goal in overtime. That cost us the game. Terrell F picks up a 1st down, and that'll force Jacksonville State to use their final timeout. It to go in the 4th quarter. Sizer inside is brought down with a gain of 4 as time is ticking off the clock. About 20 seconds to go now in the 4th. It's a run on 3rd and 5, and left is brought down at the 9, and it looks like it is going to come down to Jason Hobbs. He missed from 47 yards last week in overtime, costing us the game. Chance to redeem himself from 31 yards out. This one for the win. His kick is up, and it is good. He is able to redeem himself, and the Horned Owls have handed the Gamecocks their first loss of the year. They will win this one at the buzzer off of Jason Hobbs connecting on this field goal to give us a huge win that we really needed to get after losing last week to FIU. We win 24-21. Jacksonville State came into this game undefeated with a +12 turnover differential. We handed them their first loss of the year and won the turnover battle 3-0 against them. Our defense had 3 picks, 14 TFLs, 5 sacks, forced 2 safeties, and pitched a first half shutout. Now, yes, we did give up some big plays in the second half, but our defense is the reason that we won this game. Our defense actually outscored our own offense that had just one touchdown today. Now, the offense, it didn't make any backbreaking mistakes and had no turnovers, but it was very inefficient. Just a 41% completion percentage out of Jesse Ham, only 109 rushing yards on 31 runs. At least we didn't turn the ball over and make any crazy mistakes on offense, but it still wasn't great out of them. Special teams had a couple of mistakes, but in the end, they had more good plays than bad plays. Jason Hobbs made the game-winning field goal, and Seth Hearns had 2 punts down inside the 10. One of them was at the 1-yard line by Shaquem Short, and on the very next play, Ethan Dugan, he forced a safety. He actually ended up earning CUSA Defensive Player of the Week honors. Had 3 TFLs, a sack, and a bunch of tackles, and of course, forced a safety. He now has a TFL in 7 straight games. It has been really fun to watch Ethan Dugan and Thomas Vance play linebacker for us. They're just so good together. One is better at stopping the run, the other a bit better in coverage. They just seem to work well together. Andre Okoye had 2.5 sacks and 4 TFLs in our first game of the season, and then went silent, did nothing for a long time, but then he shows up here in a big spot and ends up getting a pick 6. He has just 67 speed, and I was really concerned that he was not going to make it into the end zone, and then our offense would screw things up, but he did end up getting in and ended up giving us a lead at that point in the game. The offense, like I said, it was inefficient in this game, but it hasn't been just a one-game thing when it comes to the pass offense being inefficient. Just a 51% completion percentage for Jesse Ham. It's not just his fault. Sure, he is missing some throws, but it also has been a lot because the offensive line has been getting called for a ton of holding penalties. And when that happens, it puts us behind the sticks and behind the chains and puts Ham in a spot where he has to try and make up the lost yardage. And that usually means you're throwing the ball deeper down the field, and we are just missing on a lot of those throws. And also, there's been some pressure that gets through, and Ham just has to throw the ball away. So the offensive line hasn't been performing like I exactly have wanted them to. They have to start doing better at not getting holding penalties called on them, and also just a general slightly better job for where their ratings are at. I think it's fair to expect them to be better. FIU, they ended up going to overtime again. This time, though, they fall in overtime to Middle Tennessee State, losing 23-20. With that loss and our win, we are now in control of our chances of making the Conference USA Championship game. If we just win our last 2, then we will be in. Despite what I think was a good win, we didn't really move much in the rankings. We're only up to number 14, and we are still on the outside looking in when it comes to making the college football playoffs. We do have 2 new commits to go over. The first one is Joey Shaw, a 3-star gem tight end from Chicago, Illinois. He is a JUCO prospect. He'll be a sophomore next year. He's a vertical threat, good athlete for a tight end. Remember, we already have Marco Mines on the roster, and Jamie Quinton has committed to us earlier in this recruiting cycle, the number 1 tight end in this entire recruiting class. So Joey Shaw, he has his work cut out for him, but never know, maybe he could be a starter for us down the line. Jermichael Flint, a 3-star edge rusher, not a gem, so the dev trait might not be great, but if he ends up having a good dev trait and the skill caps are right, he could be a potential starter for us down the line. If they're not good enough, then he's probably just going to end up being a depth player for us. Next up on our schedule is Georgia Southern, one of our rivals, and it is going to be senior night for a lot of the players that we brought in the first recruiting class of this series. So it would be great to send them out with a win in their final regular season home game of their careers, and also to beat one of our rivals and keep up our quest to make it the conference championship game and make it the college football playoffs. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.